Hi, family. Welcome back. Um, First of all, I'd like to thank the Most High for allowing me to present these videos to you. And I'd like to thank all of you for your support. I've gotten a lot of comments on my previous videos, some good, some bad, some confusing, but I do appreciate all of your support. Remember, if you're watching this right now, be sure to just click the subscribe button. I'm not asking for money. I just want you to know when my videos upload. And also, you could, if you hit the bell, you'll get a notification of when I put on a new video. If you like it, push like. If you don't, push the thumbs down for not like. I appreciate all of your input, and I'm not saying that I know everything. Like I said, I'm not a psychologist and I don't really understand a lot of things about human behavior, but I do know that as a so-called black woman, I do feel, um, based on our experience in America and all of the black people in all of the diaspora spread out throughout the world, I think the Bible does describe our plight and puts those things as a sign upon us that we are the true Israelites that the Bible speaks of. Now, I was asked to do this video um, about self-hate in our community, especially in relation to some of the really um, sad comments that I've gotten as a result of my making the wake up video for Puerto Rico. You'd have to go back and see that, and I hope that you won't take it as me being derogatory toward my brother, but I'm just trying to let those who have not heard this word or refuse to believe it, just showing you Bible prophecy is true. Now, I was asked to make this video about self-hate, and I'm just giving my opinion. I'm not a psychologist, and I'm not an expert on anything. This is like talking to your aunt or your grandmother, and I'm just giving you my opinion and my thoughts about it. Unfortunately, we do have a lot of people in our community that are suffering from self-hate. But what you have to remember is you can't hate them because we are people that's been destroyed, purposely been destroyed by the so-called white supremacy. We, the white men, have destroyed us. They make us just hate who we are because of the oppression that we have suffered and that we continue to suffer. I believe that a lot of this self-hate comes from slavery because remember, when we were slaves, we were pitted against each other to go tell massa when one person is um, not doing this job, because we thought if we were told on our brothers that we were, quote, misbehaving, they thought they would get better treatment. And so when the master was raping our mothers and our ancestors, and they would have babies, the lighter skinned babies would be put in the house and maybe treated just a little bit better, not much better, just a little bit, just enough to divide our nation. And so those um, biracial children that were born back then were led to believe that the white man viewed them as better than the darker ones, when it wasn't true at all, because they would whip them and hang them just as quick as they would do to us. So they used that strategy to divide our nation and to make us forget who we were, put fear in us. Now, I've been looking at some before and after pictures of some of our um, movie stars. Um, and the ones that I saw, there were before and after, and you can look this up on the internet. The before pictures, before the star um, became real famous, how they looked, and then after they became famous, how they changed themselves. Skin lightening, uh, uh, wearing straight hair, uh, plastic surgery to make their nose look more like the so-called white person's nose. But if you look at those before and after pictures, the before pictures look better than the after pictures. They really do. It's easy to look like a white girl because she really doesn't have any features. She doesn't have any skin tone. And you can just look at a sister that takes care of herself and eats right and is clean. We're beautiful. We have the beauty. It's natural. So why people say self-hate, that comes from slavery. And so I think some of the brothers and sisters, like for instance, the Cubans hate the Dominicans. I think the Dominicans are in French territory. The Cubans are in American territory. And there's part of the ocean is they're only 90 miles apart. So when the Dominicans want to come to America, they take that trek across that ocean, that 90-mile trek, illegally, and come into Cuba, because that's like going to America to the Dominicans. But when they get on the island of Puerto Rico, the Dominicans are treated like black trash. They're treated very badly. And they're pushed to the outskirts of town and they have to struggle to make a living. And really, they're the same. If you put a Dominican and Cuban together and they don't say anything, you wouldn't know that they were not of a different race. They would look like the same race. So this is just remnants of slavery, okay? Um, most of us in the U.S., we're waking up to this truth, and any of our brothers and sisters, especially those of the diaspora, we love them. So what we're trying to do is let you know that we are a great nation. You shouldn't hate yourself, and you shouldn't hate your looks. All you have to do is look at the before and after pictures. I'll just name three. Kimora Simmons, before she had all her fame and married Russell Simmons, she was a biracial, I think Japanese. And if you look at her young biracial picture compared to now, she was very unique looking and very beautiful. She didn't have the money to, really fix herself up, but you can clearly see if she had just fixed herself up, um, the way money allows you to, is just as far as a professional makeup job and a professional hairstylist, she would have been more beautiful as her old self than she is now, because now she just looks like pure Japanese, which there's nothing unique about that. Look at Halle Berry. Before she did some skin lightening, I think. She had a little bit of face job. Halle Berry was so beautiful. She was more than beautiful. She was she was a 10 and a half, or she was a 20. And now that she had some work done, she really doesn't look as beautiful as she did when she was a black woman in her natural biracial self. Look at Mariah Carey. Mariah Carey, in my mind, she ruined her beauty when she did all of this plastic surgery, making her hair blonde. She just ruined her beauty. Now, if you don't believe me about some beautiful sisters, all you have to do is travel to, say, um, some of the uh, American southern states like Alabama, Florida, Mississippi, and look at some of those natural, healthy, beautiful sisters. Come on. Now, white women, they used to have flat asses and hair thin lips. That's the way they really look. But they be getting the booty implants. They be thickening their lips. They be darkening their skin with that new melanin that we think they steal in our body parts for. They're trying to be us. All you have to do is get on YouTube and you'll see how these white devils are trying to um, make themselves brown like us. So we've been taught self-hate. Just take me, for instance. You can look at my previous videos. I have all kind of hairstyles. I have a straight hairstyle. My hair is full and luscious, even at my age. Right now, you see how I have my hair in twisties. I can wear a curly fro. I can straighten my hair. I can do whatever I want to my hair. I can make it look like a white girl, a biracial girl, a black girl. White people can't do that, okay? I can dreadlock my hair up. They can't do that. White stringy hair that's all it is, white stringy hair. Okay, they can't even pretend to do all the styles we do unless they, wear their weaves, they have their hair braid, they copy our braids, our cornrows, and it doesn't look as good on them as it does on us. So today I can rock my twisties, tomorrow I can rock a straight style, day after that I could rock my afro, day after that I could rock my curl out or my wash and go. So when it comes to beauty, none can touch us. And if you just look around, they're all trying to beat us. So that self-hate, that comes from slavery, and we need to stop it. We need to stop it, because no matter what shade we are, we come in all shades. We come in from the highest, brightest light brown and all the way light brown, almost pink. There's no white people. Those are colors, all the way down to the darkest of the dark. Beautiful, beautiful people. We cover the rainbow of colors. So we're the diverse race. Okay, we're made from the earth, and the earth comes in red, brown, light brown, dark brown, medium brown, and that's what we come from. Okay, so the white man is not white. Okay, he's kind of red. You can see his blood through his skin. And they can't even stay in the sun. They can't stay in the sun. How can they have been in Egypt? The Egyptians were black. You can't stay in the sun and build them pyramids with the white skin. They blister in the sun. You don't notice it because they slather on sunscreen, and now they're trying to replicate our melanin, which we don't think they're replicating our melanin. We think they're still in our body parts and and enhancing melanin for themselves. That's what we believe. That's why so many black women and children are missing from Atlanta, um, the East Coast. That we just coming up missing. So self-hate is just a product of slavery. Slavery. It's a product. You got to get out of that mindset. You've got to get out of that. You've got to love yourself. You've got to love your brother. And pitting each other against each other is just not gonna. That's not the way. That's what the white man wants us to do. So I hate nobody. I don't even hate the white man, but I'm very aware of when and how to deal with them. I don't think you should be mean or disrespect anybody, but you've got to be aware of who you're dealing with, okay, and what kind of dealings you're having with them. Even some of us you have to be careful of, because we go cooning, and we're spies for our enemy. That's just a fact. And not everybody's going to accept their blackness, but that's on them. All we can do is spread the truth, spread love. Okay? That's my video on self-hate. Love yourselves and love others like you. All right.